And it's a problem. And we see it. It's right before our eyes. Nobody would know who Talib is. Nobody would know who Omar is. Nobody would know who any of these people are because they're insignificant. They haven't done anything. But now they have microphones and they have cameras in their faces. They're on the Sunday shows. And they make comments and people want to respond to it. People who love this country. People who love this country. And the media paint this as racist. And these four women paint it as racist. And the Democrat Party painted it as racist, even though what the president said had nothing to do with race. Had to do with ideology. Since when do race and ideology mean the same thing? Let's take a couple calls. Let us go to Jorge, Santa Fe, New Mexico, on the Mark Levin app. How are you, sir?
How you doing, Mr. Levin? Thanks for taking my call. I just want to thank you first and foremost for being such a great patriot to our nation and for helping partake in my great awakening. I just wanted to make a comment about Congresswoman Omar's ridiculous comments she made today in her response to President Trump's tweets. She tried to pull the race card, of course, using the brown and black.
Let me slow you down. Front page of the New York Times headline. Did it right in the sentence, right in the title, even though Trump never mentioned race, not once. Go ahead.
Exactly, and she mentioned that it was caused an uproar in every black and brown person in the country. Well, I just want to say something. I'm brown, I'm Hispanic, but most importantly, Mr. Levin, I'm a proud American, and I'm getting sick and tired of these far-left, progressive, radical Democrats using the race card and trying to twist the narrative, when in all reality, there's a lot of great young Hispanic patriots like myself who love our president, and I agree with his comments. If you don't like our country and you're not happy here, get out. How is that racist?
I don't know.
And I live here in the deep, dark blue city, and, I have to deal with it all the time. But you know what? I'm grateful, again, for people like yourself, Mr. Levin, who help partake in my awakening, because for a long time I was fed that lie, and I believed that race card lie about the brown and the black being oppressed and just all this nonsense. And I'm grateful today that I can see that that's not true. That we have a great president who's doing so great for our country, and we have great people like you who are informing us, and we're fighting.
Let me try a line, Jorge. Tell me what you think. I think Bernie Sanders should go back to, I'm trying to remember, I believe his ancestry is Russian, but it may not be Russian. Why doesn't he go back? And by the way, he does, doesn't he? As a matter of fact, I think he had his honeymoon in Moscow. But somebody all of a sudden say, you know what? You're anti-white or something. No, it's nothing to do with it. It's nothing to do with it. It's just that if you have such an affection for that kind of culture, that kind of ideology, that kind of a country, and these countries are disasters, then why do you keep trashing our country? That's the point.
Exactly. And for her to not even want to publicly denounce Al-Qaeda, that's a disgrace.
She snickered. She laughed.
And so it was the thing that was interesting in the class was every time the professor said Al-Qaeda, he sort of like his shoulders went up, and
he's in command here.
Al-Qaeda, Hezbollah.
He's an expert.
And it was,
what's his name? What put his name on the
Where does he live? You don't say America with an intensity. You don't say England with an intensity. You don't say the army with an intensity.
Carter.
But you say these names because you want that word to carry weight. You want it to leave something with.
It has a cultural meaning, not just
exactly. So
I remember that.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm. And I'm sure she was damned by CNN and MSNBC, wasn't she?
Oh, just imagine if it would have been on the other side, a Republican congresswoman snickering, the media outrage from the fake news. It's just so sad.
I'll tell you what, Jorge, don't hang up. We're going to send you a signed copy of Unfreedom of the Press. I am running out of them. I know they're available, I hope, still in bookstores, although I suspect they're running out of them now, too. You can get it on Amazon.com. Makes for wonderful summer reading. I want to thank you. Let's take another call. Patrice, Fanwood, New Jersey, the great WABC. Yes, Patrice.
Hi. Thank you for taking my call finally.
You bet. You're welcome. Finally.
I used to call a lot in the past, but I just noticed that
Call who?
You're not a constitutional conservative anymore.
Hold on. Call who? I don't get you. I never heard of you before. Maybe you called once before. I don't remember. You get on and you're rude. Thank you for finally taking my call. You're the second or third call I've taken tonight. And I'm not a constitutional conservative. Why don't you just say what you believe and what you're thinking rather than attacking?
Why are you being so hostile towards me?
Because you're ignorant. I simply said, why don't you call and tell me what you think, rather than being on the attack. I hadn't even talked to you yet.
You call them ignorant.
I get off the phone, idiot. I don't have time for you. See that? Mr. Colson, what did she want to discuss? Trump's foul mouth. So why is she attacking me? Well, what can I say, ladies and gentlemen? We do our best. She wanted to, I'm told she wanted to attack Trump's foul mouth, that he said these things. But he didn't say these things at 5 p.m. on national TV, did he? Where's this Omar? Where's that cut? Cut 17, go.
This president, who has been credibly accused of committing multiple crimes, including colluding with foreign government to interfere with our election.
Wrong. But again, the special counsel's report did not find any evidence that members of the Trump campaign or anyone associated with the campaign conspired or coordinated with the Russian government. In other words, there was no evidence of the Trump campaign collusion with the Russian government's hacking.
This is a president who has said, grab women by the pussy. This is a president who's called black athletes sons of bitches.
Bullshit. Everyone in this arena tonight are unified by the same great American values. We're proud of our country. We respect our flag. Wouldn't you love to see one of these NFL owners, when somebody disrespects our flag, to say, get that son of a bitch off the field right now, out, he's fired. He's fired! Some owner's going to do that. He's going to say, that guy that disrespects our flag, he's fired.
This is a president who has called black people who come from black and brown countries holes.
Excuse me. This is a president who's called white people all kinds of names, white politicians all kinds of names, white journalists like Acosta, he's treated them different way. You see what I mean, folks? You see what I mean? It's really quite remarkable. Meanwhile, will she denounce out of the closet racists? They all run up to Sharpton, right? They all embrace Farrakhan, right? I'm just being honest. They all denounce Netanyahu, on the left, I mean, right? It's already obvious that the left-wing media are on the Democrat side for 2020. Just look at the questions they ask at these so-called debates. Well, Brent Bozell and the folks over at the Media Research Center, they're fighting back. As part of the MRC's Tell the Truth 2020 campaign, they launched a war room to monitor and expose the daily lies and propaganda coming out of the media. If you go to mrcwarroom.com, mrcwarroom.com, you can see some of the coverage from their various websites. And if you sign their petition, they'll send you a free Don't Believe the Fake Media bumper sticker. Don't Believe the Fake News Media bumper sticker. It's all at mrcwarroom.com, mrcwarroom.com. The leftists have their own war room. In fact, they have a lot of them. CNN, MSLSD, ABC, CBS, NBC, the New York Slimes, the Washington Compost are all peddling propaganda 24/7. They're all 100% focused on replacing Trump with one of these socialist Democrats. You know, they call themselves Democratic Socialists. No, they're actually Socialist Democrats. So now our side has its own war room. Check it out at mrcwarroom.com. Sign a petition, and they'll send you a free Don't Believe the Fake News Media bumper sticker. That's mrcwarroom.com.